dear friends. Hope this finds you well. This has, of course, been a challenging week. A week where seemingly things have erupted. Things have become further destabilized in an already shaky world. And, of course, all our attention is on what's going on in America and the impact that that has on the wider world and the conversations around it and dealing with the anger and the frustration. It's a difficult situation that we're in. And I have found myself struggling, as I've shared on Facebook with many of you, and it's just, what are we, almost feeling without hope. Where are we going to go? What's going to happen here? This sort of experience, this sort of breaking point that maybe, just maybe, could be an opportunity for people to say, oh, there is something wrong. There is something going on here. But instead, what's happened, seemingly, is so many people are just continuing to see whatever it is that's going on in this world. Whatever that happens, they continually just understand it and interpret it through their own narrative. And it's been fascinating to watch in social media when how people have responded to what's been going on in America. People are very quick to just slot it into their own narrative. And that's been really challenging. And I know that this is a complex matter, but for me it's been very sad to see that for so many people it's hard to just look and say, wait a second, there is systemic issues. There are systemic issues of racism in America and in Australia. And people are very quick to point out, oh, but this, but that. Okay, those, there's validity to those things as well. But that's not the conversation right now. The conversation right now, what the conversation should be is, there's something wrong in the world. People have been for so long seeing only skin deep, judging others purely based on appearance. And this goes in every way totally counter to what our Torah is all about, to what real spirituality is all about, of honoring all humanity, of respecting all of humanity. And so I have felt pulled down, I felt broken over what has happened in America, coming out of the whole COVID. We're not even out of it yet. But then our collective response is once again people just pushing off to the camps, pushing off to their sides, pushing off to their echo chambers. And so where is the hope? Where will salvation come from? But I am strengthened by this week's Parsha. I am strengthened by Parshat Naso. Because in Parshat Naso we learn of the Nazir. The Nazir is a person who takes upon a vow, an oath, to refrain from drinking wine, to not come in contact with death, to not cut their hair. In essence, to remove themselves from society and from societal bonds. Why? Well, we are told that the Nazir has done this because they saw a relationship that is broken. They saw human beings who have become unfaithful to each other, who have hurt each other. They saw the breakdown of society. They saw the breakdown of relationship. And in response to this, what's going on here? I've got to respond to this. I've got to do something. I'm going to protest it. I'm going to see injustice. I'm going to see pain being inflicted on others. I'm going to protest. And they do. And they remove themselves from society. They point out the things. They point out the folly. They point out the error. They point out, the human weakness through their own abstinence. This is a powerful statement. There are times in which we see something in this world that is wrong, and we must therefore make an inner change expressed outwards. But we must say, friends, this is not right. I need to do something about it. but yet we know that there is a limit to that. We know that there is a limit. The Torah tells us that even though, yes, we have to protest injustice, we must never lose sight of the goodness that exists within humanity. Because even though the Nazir takes upon this vow, he must not stay there forever. And once he finishes, we're told that he brings a sin offering because there was something lacking in what he did. By pulling away from society, it might have been necessary, but there was something lacking. That's not the ideal. The ideal is to come back into society, to be a part of it, not to be separate from it. Even when society is broken. And at the end of the whole story of the Nazir, of course, comes the famous Birkat Kohanim, the blessings of the Kohanim. The blessings of the Kohanim come forth and they say, amidst it all, at the end of it all, peace is possible. Grace is possible. Kindness is possible. Immediately after the story of the Nazir, you might say, oh my gosh, what do we do? Things are so broken. But no. The Birkat Kohanim, the blessings of the priests, reminds us there is hope. There is a potential for peace. And that even if you want to protest, and even if you see injustice, and you must protest, and you must stand up for injustice when you see it, you must call it out. But never lose hope. We must never lose hope. As difficult as things are right now, we must continue to believe. In essence, we must, in truth, we must push ourselves to believe even deeper in the goodness of humanity, to call out the injustice, to call out the superficiality, but to believe in goodness. So my friends, I want to bless you, I want to bless this whole world. Yivarechacha, I'm not a Kohen, I'm a simple person, but maybe it'll be heard and answered as well. I'm a parent. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may Hashem bless you and may He keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may Hashem illuminate His face towards you and give you grace. Yisa Adonai panav elecha, yasem lecha shalom. May Hashem turn His face towards you, and may He give you peace. Peace to everybody. Shabbat Shalom.